Hey! We're in brand new studios.
Well, been here before.
The Who says you can't go home again. So just to bring you up to speed, Crowder and I are in studio today, but we used to be in studios that were originally the 560 studios. Crowder and I, because Joe Rose would do his show in the 560 studios, you and I were simulcast, so we actually did our show in the 790 studios, and now the 790 studios have moved, so we're back in. It's hot in here, too, Solana. You got any air conditioning in here? Can we get some air conditioning going on in these new studios? A little warm.
I wear undershirts, too.
Anyway, yeah, I'm wearing a sweatshirt because the other studio was cold.
Yeah.
Anywho, so we're all in studio today because if you were listening to the show yesterday, today was the Odyssey Miami potluck, the Thanksgiving potluck lunch, and I would never miss that. Actually, I have missed that for all 10 years. Now that I think about it, I have never made one before. But we hadn't been in studio in a while, and I thought, it's a pretty good opportunity to come in studio. And so I came, and Crowder came, and Jimmy, and Solana, and we enjoyed ourselves a little potluck lunch. And I am telling you, Crowder stole the show, and I'll get to all this today. But I was just bringing a couple bag of chips because I was cleaning out the pantry. And by the way,
tell them what kind of chips.
So Wrap Snacks was one of them. Lil Baby, potato chips. The other one was like some Doritos flavor that was only out for a limited amount of time.
Uh-huh.
Now, no one opened them, and it's probably a good thing because I defy you to go downstairs and look at the expiration dates on those 2 bags of chips that I bought. But anyway, I had mentioned that on the air yesterday. My wife was mortified, and she said, no, you can't show up at a potluck with bags of chips. So she made chocolate chip cookie sticks or whatever.
Delicious.
It's like deep dish or whatever.
Yeah.
So Solana, if you were listening to the show yesterday, you know that he went to Publix. He bought the refrigerated, mashed potatoes, come in the green label. Simply Potatoes, I believe, is the brand. And I know that he did this because he snapped it to me this morning. He took the mashed potatoes out of the Simply Potatoes, he put it into a glass dish, and he called it Solana's famous homemade mashed potatoes. But Crowder showed up with stone crab.
Watch out for y'all, man.
From Delaware Chicken Farm. And that was legit.
Yes, man. It was something, have a great sponsor. And I know people love stone crabs. And I would say, like Solana, who's never had a stone crab until about 30 minutes ago, I think I was a blessing to you.
So I put on Instagram, it's Radio Mark Hochman on Instagram. I put on Instagram video of the entire potluck. But Solana and his mashed potatoes, and me and my chips, and everyone here at the radio station having a good time at the potluck. And then Crowder walks in with the stone crabs. Everyone's super happy. But I did put on video Solana for the first time in his life eating a stone crab. And it went exactly the way that I envisioned, which was him wincing like a child, like, oh, what is this? And then he didn't love it. I'll be honest.
Overrated. Stone
Overrated.
crabs.
Oh, my goodness.
Overrated.
Gracious.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Overrated. A steak. Way better. A piece of steak. Piece of chicken. Way better.
Piece of chicken.
A piece of chicken.
Piece of chicken.
A piece of chicken.
A chicken leg's better than a stone
The
crab.
rotisserie
stone
chicken.
crab.
The rotisserie chicken from Publix.
Oh, God.
That's been there for 6 hours. The one that nobody wanted is better than stone crabs. Overrated.
You're crazy.
I mean, just insane, man. Stone crab is such a treat. And I gave people an opportunity to get some, and then I went back and had a whole plate full. But I had one, and then I watched everyone at the potluck, make sure, okay, and then I went in for because it's not going to last. So
No, I bust him in the head too.
Yep.
I did the same thing.
Yep.
Talked, smiled, went
Yep.
around, hugged everybody. Then there was still about 30 claws left out there, and I said, okay, well, I'm taking 10.
Time to go to town.
Yep.
Jimmy brought Hawaiian rolls, and what else did you bring, Jimmy? Did you bring
I brought apple pie.
apple pie.
Oh.
Where'd you get that? Costco?
Yes.
You got the Hawaiian rolls and the Costco apple pie?
Yes.
All right.
Killed him.
And Jimmy, this was adorable, told me that his dad drove him to work today. It was very, very rainy out, and you couldn't with your car. Your car's a low rider, right?
Yes. Correct.
All right. So
Don't
what
tell
are
me
you
that.
laughing at? He
How'd
got-
Don't tell me that.
he got dropped off at work.
How'd you guys how'd you stumble into that conversation where
He
you're
just blurted it out. He doesn't realize that whatever you say, I'm going to use on the air.
Yeah.
And that's the adorable thing about Jimmy. is
That's
like,
fine. I'm okay with that.
He doesn't realize that. Solana is acutely aware of it because Marcos was in here, executive producer of the show before us. And Marcos starts to tell me something, and Solana comes running in. No. Don't tell him because he's just going to use it as ammunition. And it was so perfectly Solana. This is what he does. Marcos was having a comedy event down south in Miami. Texted me, hey, this is in Doral. I know it's a long ride for you, but it's office trivia, and it's going to be a fun night. Do you have any interest? I text him back. I appreciate it. I'm not driving down to Doral, though. Appreciate the offer. Like, I'm just honest.
Yeah.
Honest. Solana, yeah, set me aside. No joke. In the front row, I'm coming with my girlfriend and other friends. Guess what? He never showed up.
Solana.
Which is what he does. He did it
But-
to
but
Josh
again-
Chappelle's wedding. He did it to John Offerdahl's. Remember, he was supposed to be in that
Yes.
cornment tournament.
No, that was Valero.
Completely-
That was Valero.
That was you.
No, it
that
wasn't.
was you.
That was Valero.
That was you.
No.
Valero didn't show up because he was having his wedding, and the wedding photographer was taking the engagement pics.
That was you. It's what you do. You tell people, and you're doing it with Crowder's birthday weekend, which is, should I RSVP? Okay, I'll be, and we know you're not showing up.
Again, this is what you do, where you take a small piece of evidence and you turn it into something that it's not. I told Josh Chappelle I wasn't going to his wedding 6 days before because I couldn't get out of work.
Did you RSVP that you were going? They sent out very expensive wedding invitations, as
Yep.
people do.
Yeah.
And then there's a box for will attend, won't attend with regret.
Right, an RCP, I'm familiar.
And what did you fill out?
Well, I mean, I've sent in that I was going, of
Okay.
course.
And
because
then
I
what
was.
happened? And then what happened? Did you show up?
Well, really, that's on them. Who sends out an RSVP 6 months before a wedding?
Anyone who's having a wedding.
Yeah.
Anyone who's having a wedding.
That's how it's done, Solana.
So anyway, he left Marcos high and dry
But I
just the
didn't.
other night.
I
And it's
didn't.
so easy. Like,
Oh, this has already happened.
2 days ago. But I didn't know till Marcos just told me. That's when Solana came running in going, no, don't tell him.
Crowder, I wanted to go to the office trivia. I texted my significant other, and I said, hey, can you make it out of
I
work?
don't need any. Listen, answer the question. Did you tell him to set aside tickets for you because you were going?
Yeah, I told him
Did
I
you
want a VIP table.
Did you show up?
No.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. It's constant with Solana. And then he gives you all these things. Oh, well, this is why it happened. This is why it happened. Listen, you don't want to go. You tell someone you don't want to go.
I wanted to go.
You've been asking me to go fishing for 10 years.
Yep.
I don't want to go. I tell you no. I don't want to go. It's not that big a deal.
And I don't save you a spot.
Right.
Crowder, save me a spot, though, because I am down to go fishing.
It's ridiculous.
Also,
Dan Day had to drag you out fishing.
what am I supposed to do? Sit in the back at trivia? I mean, I want a VIP. I mean, come on.
But you weren't going. There's no chance you were going.
Yeah, I was
Zero
probably
chance
never going.
In
But
fact, my guess is if I go through your communications with Valentina, you don't even bring it up.
Oh, those messages were deleted about 8 minutes after
yeah.
Marcos left.
Really? Amazing. Anyway, so anyway, we're in the new studios. We had the potluck. We're going to have some fun today. We only have a 1-hour show tomorrow, so we have a lot to get into today. Don Bailey Jr. is going to join us today. Doug Plagans is going to join us from Los Angeles. Mike Cunio is going to join us. He's at the Dolphins media availability right now at their camp. You got Heat tonight. You got Panthers tonight. You got Thursday Night Football tonight. I mean, we're back, baby. Today is National Fast Food Day, which really is one of my favorites. We've got Pantera tickets to give away. Pantera coming to the Amerant Bank Arena in February. and we've got a chance for you to win another pair today. It's a Live Nation show. Just keep listening. Let us begin, though, with headlines and Alejandro Solana.
They're driven by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford. We know trucks. Do I sound loud to you? Because
yes.
It sounds loud to me
yes.
as well.
Much louder than we sound to each other, but
I'm still feeling out the kinks of this new studio.
yeah, it'll take a while.
Yeah.
It's all about you. Just like inviting yourself to parties you're not going to attend.
I mean, it's amazing. Like, you have this track record. So if you're going to tell someone that you're going, like, you do realize that Marcos is making money off the number of people who attend. And so when he reserves seats for you, that's lost revenue for him. You do understand that? And then when you don't use those seats, he cannot make up that lost revenue.
I don't know about that.
No, I know about that. Like, that's how it works.
Exactly
that's why
how
it's
it
so
works.
galling. And that's why when you RSVP for someone's wedding that you're going, and then they say to the caterer, okay, we're going to have 85 people. And guess what? It's $90 per plate. And so there's $180. And then you don't show up because, and then you think, oh, well, I told him a few days before. Yeah, okay. Call the caterer and see how that goes.
Listen, don't throw a wedding when there's a Heat game scheduled that night. I don't know what to tell you, Hawk.
Tell people that you're not going if you're not going to go. It's so simple.
I don't like to feel left out, though.
You were invited, and then you chose not to go.
Have you ever heard of FOMO?
If you come to my birthday party, I'm going to get you tased.
But he does, like, you don't
gonna
have
get him
FOMO
tased.
because you don't go. So you obviously don't fear missing out on anything.
But
He plans to miss out. You
Right.
purposely miss out.
Right.
it's the lead up to things.
You
like,
have POMO. Planning on missing out.
the build up to Crowder's birthday weekend. It's just, it's fun.
What's fun?
There is a Heat game, though, that Saturday night, Crowder.
Just say you're not going. What's the difference?
I'm RSVPing that I'm going.
You're uninvited.
Amazing. Like, it literally takes money out of Marcos's pocket. Marcos is not an independently wealthy person. It's like when you tell someone, oh, set aside tickets for me, they're like, okay, that's, whatever, $30 out of my pocket, but I want my friends there. And then they don't show up. And it's like, oh, yeah, sorry, couldn't make it. Oh, okay, I didn't okay, I wouldn't have put these tickets aside for you, but whatever.
I'm working on something with Marcos at the Improv.
You know what each ticket means to your bottom line, and you're going to have friends that say they want tickets, and you're mentally going to say, okay, if I comp out 16, if I comp out 8 couples, 16 tickets, here's the money off my bottom line that like everyone who's in the comedy business understands that. And so when someone says they want 2 tickets, they better use them or else it is unrecoverable lost revenue.
It just happened with Marcos because he was doing the breakdown of the Improv, and he was like, hey, and I'm assuming about 20 comp tickets.
Yeah.
I said, nope, comping the moms. Moms and dads are the only people I'm comping. If you're my friend, buy a damn ticket, boy.
Yeah, no, Marcos was telling me about that. Sounds really cool. I'm definitely there.
Hey, this is weird. I'm signed into the 790 text line. I just realized that because I was like, how are we not getting any texts on this?
Is Marjorie calling?
That's why these are so weird. All right, there we go.
homegirl.
Now I'm in the right spot. Somebody texts in, with 6 months' notice, Solana couldn't find someone to cover for you at work to go to Appel's wedding. That's the thing that drives me crazy, too, is, listen, he knew about the wedding for 6 months, knew he RSVP'd, yes. You get a firm commitment from someone early on. You don't wait till the week of and then go, oh, yeah, I've got this thing. Oh, I can't find anybody.
Hey, Hawk.
6 months.
Serious question.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
you had tickets to a comedy show, didn't you? You had made a commitment
That's right.
to your friend Barry that you were going.
Well, it wasn't to my friend Barry. It was to the Hard Rock that was comping me tickets. Barry didn't care.
So you accepted 2 tickets.
I did. And I called
Hard
them,
Rock.
and I called them at 4:30 during a commercial break.
Only 3 hours before the event?
because of inclement weather.
Only 3 hours before the
which
event?
they understood and were able to put the tickets back on sale.
Inclement
Guess why?
weather. Inclement weather. That happens every day in South Florida.
Guess
All right,
what?
what does that even mean?
Yeah, it was a storm yesterday that flooded all the streets. Oh, why did your girlfriend leave stuff in the car last night?
Man, I share too much with Hawk.
But I felt terrible. When I decided not to go to that show last night, I felt terrible. I called the Hard Rock at 4:30 and said, hate to do this. Can you put those tickets on sale? And they said, we appreciate the heads up. Yes.
I felt terrible about missing the office trivia.
But you didn't let
Marcos
know.
I did let Marcos know. I texted him right when I was leaving work at 7. The event wasn't starting until 8:30. And but Hawk, I told him.
I want to see the text.
Yeah.
I want to see the text to Marcos. I want to see the timestamp on the text to Marcos. Okay.
I texted Valentina and I said, hey, have you made it out of work yet? We have to leave by 7:45, which was doable for me. She did not get out of work till 8:15. We wouldn't have been at Doral City Place, which is where Miami Improv was, until 8:50.
But then why did she agree to go to a show that started at 8?
Because she thought she'd be able to get out of work in time, but she's a nurse practitioner.
That's the whole thing with you and your girlfriend. Family. You constantly, we think we're going to be able to go, but it doesn't matter if we do or don't. You don't worry about the collateral damage. Jimmy, you brought a Kirkland apple pie, someone points out on the text machine?
Yes, I did.
Huh.
Solana, you and your girl got one of those calendars that stick to the wall, dry erase.
Oh, my God. She bought one of these calendars. Thank you for bringing this up. She bought one of these calendars that, dry erase calendars on the fridge. Hey, don't forget to update the calendar. What? Who am I? A math teacher at school?
I love the fridge calendar. I use it all the time.
Worst.
Mine literally has written on it today, potluck noon.
We have one.
That
My
thing's
wife,
the gospel.
Asia has a paper one on the kitchen counter. I have a dry erase one, and we cross-reference both of our calendars.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds miserable, but here is the big flaw in our calendar. We have a dark gray refrigerator. She didn't buy a whiteboard. She bought a see-through clear dry erase.
That's what I have.
A see-through clear dry erase.
I love it.
But you can't see the writing on the actual calendar.
Use the white Sharpie.
You got a gray pen for a gray surface?
Like it comes with 8 different colors. Here's the real problem with your calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care what's written on it.
I'm not inconsiderate.
He's inconsiderate.
That's what it
always
is.
has been.
You can have any color calendar. If you're inconsiderate, you're not going to respect other people's time or effort.
Or money.
If you come to my birthday, I'm getting you tased. Watch. You're going to be shaking. You see them videos? You're going to be on the floor shaking with that little hand up like Joe Flacco after Kiko Alonso hit it.
Don't tase me, bro.
A Kiko Alonso reference.
Remember Joe Flacco said,
that
check,
was the
please?
Best. Yep.
Bro, Joe Flacco was dead on the ground. Kiko Alonso sent him into another universe.
You are going to be shaking on the floor if you come. Watch.
He played the Nets tonight, 7:30. I will be there, by the way, early. It's in my calendar. Caleb Martin available to play. Nets are missing a bunch of players. Only home game for the Miami Heat before they're back out on the road for 5 straight. Panthers, they're on the road. West Coast road trip. Second game at the LA Kings. They play tonight and tomorrow. Tonight's game can be heard on AM 790.
All right.
Thursday night football, Ravens-Bengals, 8:15 p.m. tonight. Your weather from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm. Call them 866-954-MORE, youraccidentattorneys.com. Partly cloudy right now. Rain has subsided a bit. That's your weather.
I have to assume someone says this is a skit, this guy. Because for him not to show up to weddings and events like that is a total D move. Somebody else texts in, he's lying. He texted Marcos 27 minutes before that show started. My guess is he texted Marcos after the show was done.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, brother. Caught up.
Got caught up. No big deal to me because I didn't really care if I was going or not.
Didn't care.
What's worse, though? Just telling somebody, no, I'm not going. Oh, that's rude.
I do it all the time.
It's such a liberating feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I can't go. I'm sorry. I appreciate the invite. Can't go.
Love it. Like your damn party when you wanted to go out there and cook all that weird-ass meat on that big-ass stone grill you use, and I was like, I'm not coming out there to eat that weird-ass meat.
Not weird. Also, you told me you were coming, and then Friday at 5:50.
You did say you were going.
I haven't used this against you because it's fine, by the way. I don't get insulted when people don't show up to things. Like, I don't care.
Right. You know why? Because you use your dad's credit card. You're never out any money.
It's at your dad's house in the backyard. Like, I wasn't going to change. Was I stealing a chair from somebody? For them pinwheel sausages, whatever the hell y'all were making.
Can we get some air in here?
It's hot as hell. That's why we're mad.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to take my shirt off.
There.